Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about something that's been affecting millions of people. Yet we rarely connect the dots between what's happening in our minds and what's going on in our guts. You know that feeling when you're anxious before a big presentation and suddenly your stomach starts doing backflips? Or when you're stressed about a deadline and you lose your appetite completely? That's not just a coincidence. That's your brain and your digestive system having a very real, very physical conversation. Let me explain what actually happens inside your body when stress takes over. The moment your brain perceives a threat, whether it's a real danger or just the thought of your overflowing inbox, it activates what we call the fight or flight response. Your sympathetic nervous system kicks into high gear, flooding your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Now here's the thing, your body can't tell the difference between running from a bear and stressing about your bills. To your ancient survival system, they're both threats. When these stress hormones surge through your bloodstream, your body makes a critical decision. It diverts blood and energy away from non-essential functions like digestion and sends them to your muscles, heart, and lungs. Why? Because if you're facing danger, your body figures you don't need to be digesting that sandwich you ate an hour ago. You need to run or fight. So digestion literally slows down or stops altogether. But we're not just talking about a temporary pause. Chronic stress, the kind most of us live with daily, wreaks havoc on your entire digestive system. Your stomach produces less of the enzymes needed to break down food properly. The muscular contractions that move food through your intestines, called peristalsis, become irregular. Some people experience this as constipation, others as diarrhea. Your gut becomes a chaotic mess instead of the smooth, well-orchestrated system it's supposed to be. Here's something that blew my mind when I first learned about it. Your gut has its own nervous system. Scientists call it the enteric nervous system, and it contains about 100 million neurons. That's more neurons than in your spinal cord. This second brain is in constant communication with your actual brain through the vagus nerve. When you're stressed, the signals traveling along this highway change dramatically. Your gut microbiome, those trillions of bacteria living in your intestines that help you digest food and keep you healthy, they respond to these stress signals too. Chronic stress can actually change the composition of your gut bacteria, leading to inflammation and a weakened gut barrier. This weakened barrier is a big deal. When it's compromised, particles that should stay in your gut can leak into your bloodstream, triggering immune responses and inflammation throughout your body. We call this increased intestinal permeability, and it's linked to everything from food sensitivities to autoimmune conditions. Your stressed out brain is literally making your gut leaky. And let's talk about stomach acid for a moment. You might think stress would decrease acid production since digestion slows down, but it's actually more complicated. Stress can increase stomach acid in some people, especially when cortisol levels spike. This excess acid sitting in a stomach that's not properly digesting food is a recipe for heartburn, acid reflux, and even ulcers. In fact, while we used to think bacteria were the only cause of ulcers, we now know that chronic stress significantly increases your risk. The impact doesn't stop at your stomach and intestines. Your liver, gallbladder, and pancreas all play crucial roles in digestion, and they're all affected by stress hormones. Your pancreas might not release digestive enzymes at the right time. Your gallbladder might not contract properly to release bile for fat digestion. Everything gets thrown off its natural rhythm. What really gets me is how this creates a vicious cycle. Poor digestion means you're not absorbing nutrients properly. You might be eating healthy foods, but if your stressed out gut can't break them down and absorb them, you're not getting the vitamins, minerals, and amino acids your body needs to function. This nutrient deficiency can make you feel more tired, more anxious, and less able to cope with stress, which creates more stress, which further damages your digestion. Round and round it goes. I've seen people suffering from mysterious digestive issues for years, trying every diet and medication under the sun, never realizing that the root cause isn't what they're eating but how their nervous system is functioning. They're treating the symptoms while the underlying stress continues to sabotage their gut health. The good news is that understanding this connection gives us power. When we address stress, we're not just helping our mental health, we're giving our digestive system a chance to heal and function properly again. Simple practices like deep breathing activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode that allows your gut to do its job. Regular movement helps regulate both stress hormones and digestive motility. Even something as basic as eating without distractions, actually chewing your food thoroughly, and not rushing through meals can make a significant difference. Your gut is not separate from your mind. They're intimately connected, constantly influencing each other in ways we're only beginning to fully understand. When you take care of your mental and emotional well-being, you're taking care of your gut. And when you support your digestive health, you're supporting your brain too. It's all one system, and recognizing that is the first step toward real healing.